All right, here we go. Tabata, half an hour Tabata. And so that means we just have 5 rounds. So tonight, all kettlebells. I'm going to do 4 rounds. Each round's going to have 2 exercises. So that means you're going to do each exercise 4 times. So we'll do a kettlebell like a swing or a chop or a figure 8, and then we'll do a strength training part. For round 5, we're going to do all the exercises, boom, 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 1 in a row. Sound good? Sounds great, Linda. All right. I did send out some music. Tabata 30 minutes, number 1. But we do have to start with a warm-up. So start with a little march. With Tabata, the wonderful thing is music is going to help you get motivated. So crank it. Which I can't seem to be cranking. There we go. All right, start with a little side tap. Woo. 2 steps. So really start to travel through your mat. So round 1 is going to be wood chop. So that's going to be a controlled move. And then it's going to be a bicep curl to a shoulder press. 2 more. Back to the center, 1 and 1. Now just start to tap your toe behind and do a little skate, little swing. Woo! We're talking about feeling lethargic. This is going to fix it. 4 and 2. 1 more. March it up. Bring those arms up. Start to engage your abs. Lift. Woo! We're going to be working those hips. So let's start to tap our heels. Lift and up. Two more. Let's take it behind. Reach behind. Start to open your chest. Roll those shoulders back and down. 4 more. Last one. We're going to start and reach. Push. Now, I want you to pull back like you're pulling on a door. Four more. 4, 2, 1. March it up. Bring your arms up to the sky. Start to bring your arms back. Bring them up. Down. And up. 1 more. And then bring your arms down. Tap those biceps. Round 1's going to be biceps, shoulders, wood chops. Woo! 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Give your shoulder a shake. All right, a wood chop. Controlled. So you're going to grab your kettlebell upside down, right by the handles. Okay, so you're holding it. These are called the horns, actually, by the side. We're going to lift, down, and up. So we've got 20 seconds. We lift. We drop. So it's a big squat, big lift. Expand your chest. Expand your abs. Get that core. Get that arms nice and up. Bring that bell to your ceiling. Woo, 1 more. How easy was that? All right. We're going to do a bicep curl to a shoulder press. So arms are staying by our side. Here we go. Curl it up. Press. Bring it down. And up. Squeeze. Like anytime we're working out, we want to think about those muscles. So squeeze the bicep. Press with your shoulders. Ooh, 1 more. All right, back to the wood chops. Take that stance wider. And remember, you're leading with your glutes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Lift. Push. And up. Woo! How to get a nice, strong heart health. Woo! Start to do some cardio. Lift. And up. Push. 1 more. Woo! All right. Narrow stance. back to our bicep curls. Here we go. Curl it up, press, bring it down. So my arms are staying relatively by my side, lifting, squeezing it up, then pressing it up. Whew. Lift. One more. Woo. And down. All right, back to the chops. So if you've got a couple of kettlebells, are you going heavy enough? But remember, we got to come over your head. Here we go. Squat and lift, push and up, lift. So it's from the glutes, from the quads. We lift from the core and the arms. Lift, push. Woo, one more. Woo. All right, narrow stance. Back to the biceps. Woo. Shoulders are back and down, core tight. You're an athlete. Here we go. Up, press, push, down. Squeeze. So we're not just lifting our arms, we're engaging the muscles. Nice, strong, dynamic. Lift. Up, one more. Woo! All right, last round, 20 seconds of each. 20 seconds wood chops, 20-second bicep curls, and shoulder press. Here we go. Down and up, push and lift. So all four corners of my feet are connected to the ground. I'm not flying back to my heels. Lift and press. Woo! One more. All right, 20 seconds, bicep curls, and a shoulder press. So shoulders are down. And here we go. Up, press. Now you're trying to press that bell to the top of your ceiling. Curl it, press it, push, and down. Lift, up. Woo. One more. And lift and down. Beautiful. Good job. So that was round one. We got 45 seconds in between. Just walk around, grab some water, and I'll tell us about round two. So round two, we're going to continue to work the quads and the glutes by doing figure eights. We've done these lots. So we go down, we lift the bell to our waist, to our hip. It comes back down, we lift it. So you got to stand completely up, shoulders out, chest open for that. And then we're going to do a deadlift to a row and a stand. So you'll want to go nice and heavier on that bell. 3 seconds, get ready. And here we go, down and up. So nice and low, all the way up, right? Core comes up, shoulders come back up. Woo! And lift. Now you're getting nice and low, but when you're getting low, your head's not looking down to the ground. You're looking up. There we go, have it. All right, feet right under your hips. We're gonna roll the shoulders back. So I've got a nice straight spine. Soft through the knees, I hang down, I row, drop it, and stand. Hinge. So straight legs, soft knee, squeeze. And when you're squeezing for that row, you're bringing your hands and that kettlebell handle right to your navel. One more. Woo. Nice. All right. Back to figure eights. 3, 2, and 1. Down we go and up. Remember, posture. Quads working for us. Glutes working for us. Woo! And let's not forget our beautiful organs, our lungs. VO2 is going to improve. One more. Nice. Feet under your hips. Shoulders are back.
Love you.
Good. Here we go. Hinge down. Row. So when you hinge, you're at that flat back. You row to your navel. Stand straight up. Down. Up. Woo. And lift. and up. One more. Woo, nice. All right, 2 more rounds. Figure eights. Now our brain always wants to start the same way. So see if you can start the other side. Here we go. Down and up. Woo. And up. Oh yes. Left. Are you getting that bell right up to your waist, to your hips? Is your chest coming back up? Woo. Are you leading with your glutes? One more. Lots of rules, eh? Feet under, hips, shoulders are back. Here we go. We hinge. Row. Bring it up. Take it down. Row. Squeeze it up and up. Whew. One more. Beautiful. Last round. 20 seconds of figure eights. 3, 2, 1. Go. Woo. And lift. Take it up. Woo. Push it down. And up. One more, one more. Woo. All right, we're deadlifting and rolling. Feet are narrow. Core tight. Here we go. Hinge. Flat back. Roll it. Bring it up. Take it down. Row. And up. Take it down. Squeeze it. One more, one more. Woo. Nice. Drop the mic. Grab some water. That was round 2. Round 3, kettlebell swings. You guys don't even know what I'm going to say. It's a swing. It's not a squat, right? But that handle, right? We're holding it by the handle. That handle swings. So it's very soft. It swings so I can thrust it back, right? Thrust it back. Then you're going to take it upside down, do some tricep extensions. So the first 2 rounds, we'll be using double arms for the swing. So start to swing it. Start to swing, push it back. And here we go, thrust open. Woo! And thrust. Oh yes, lots of hip love here. Lots of glutes. Heart. And squeeze. Woo! So you're squeezing your glutes. I don't want you to arch your lower back, right? So suck your core in. There you go. Hold it by the handles. Bring it all the way up. Biceps in line with your ears. 1 foot back. Lift it to the ceiling. Drop it all the way down. Push it up. So you're going down and lift. Bring it down and lift. Push it up. Woo. And lift. One more, one more. Woo. All right, back to 2 hands holding that handle into the swings. So start to get it going behind. And here we go. Thrust. And up. I love the kettlebell swing. And the fact that I love it and that it is such an amazing exercise for us is even better. Woo! Squeeze, one more, one more. All right. Hold it upside down. Lift it to the ceiling. Shoulders are soft, but the butt is all the way up. Here we go. Down and press. Push. And up. Woo. And lift. One more, one more. Woo. All right. We're going to do single arm swing. So all in your right arm to start. You won't be able to do as fast as the doubles. All right, let's start to swing it. And here we go. Whoop. And back. So hand can be on your hip. Sometimes it's nice to have it out long. Thrust. and thrust. Woo. Push and up. One more. Woo. Here we go. Tricep extension. Work those arms. And we lower. We press up. So we're working the muscles the back of the arms, right? These triceps. So think about them. Push and down and lift and lower. Press. Whew. One more. Woo. All right. Our last round, the kettlebell single swings in the left hand. So start to thrust, get that momentum, and here we go. Push and up and swing. Woo. And up. Woo. Lots of glutes tonight, lots of quads. Woo. And up. One more. Woo. All right, 20 seconds. That's all it takes to tone and strengthen our wonderful triceps. Bring it down. Push it up. Squeeze. And press. Lift. And push. Woo. 3, 2, last one. Woo, grab some water. Next exercise, we've got 2. And you guys, you know these. And the reason I use these is because Tabata's fast, right? It's an intermediate advanced class. It's high intensity. So feet are going to be together, knees are going to be together. You're going to pass that kettlebell back, more shoulder, more delts, and more triceps. And then up, transfer it side to side. And then we're going to do a gorilla row. Now that gorilla row, the arms have to be down. You're like, ooh, 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 ooh. I don't know if that sounds like a gorilla, but that's what we're going for. All right, grab that. Feet together, knees together. Let's swing it back and up. So pass side to side. Woo, push. Really lead those, push those glutes back. Your head staying up. Yes. Now, are you getting that full extension, full range of motion in the arms? There you have it. All right, gorilla rows. Come on, hunch down. Handle is pointing towards you, and then you hold it here, row it up, row it down, up, and squeeze. Lift, transfer it over. Make sure your core is nice and tight. Lift it up. One more. Nice. All right, back to those narrow squats with a kickback pass. And in 3, 2, and 1, down you go. And up, push, and up. Woo. Really good for knee stabilization. Really good for glutes. Of course, those quads. Calves are working. They're firing up with the rest of our legs. Hamstrings are loving us. Woo. All right, back to gorillas. Hunch over. 3, 2, 1. Row it up. So that kettlebell or dumbbells coming right up to your pocket, to your hip. But your back is not lifting, right? You're staying low, like you're on 4 limbs. Woo. Bend in the knees. One more. Nice. All right. Back to the sissy passes. We're going to stay just the right side. So no passing. Full swing. Here we go. Up and down. Lift. Now you're swinging, but it's with control through those muscles. Up and down. Press and rise. Woo. And there you have it. All right, back to gorillas. So that same hand, if it was your right hand or left hand, we're doing single rows. So come down in the gorilla and don't pass it through. Just keep single. Same side. Into your pocket. Now that arm doesn't lift to the ceiling. It lifts just in line with your body. One more, one more. Woo! All right, grab your kettlebell, single, opposite side. So feet together, knees together, makes it more difficult. Here we go. Up and pass it back. Woo! Oh, no, you're not passing. You're swinging with control, with your muscles. Push. Hard stop at the top. Hard stop at the back. One more. Woo! All right. Gorilla rows. I'm on my left side. Hold it down. In 3, 2, and 1. Row. Woo! Back's going to love us for this workout. Deadlifts work the hamstrings, but they're also working the back. For rows, work the back. Swings, work the core, which is part of the back. Woo! One more. Woo! Nice. That was 4 rounds. Last round. So we're going to go super fast through all of them. Right? 20 seconds each one. So the wood chops, bicep to the press, figure eights to the deadlifts, to the swings. First I was afraid and then I was petrified. 20 seconds. All right. 10 seconds. We're going to wood chop. So you're holding that upside down. Wide stance. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Down and up. Lift and rise. Push and lift. Woo. And up. And lift. 10 seconds. Squeeze. Nice hard stop at the top, right? You're not throwing your shoulders out. You're lifting. One more. Woo. Feet together. Hold that dumbbell the same way. We're going to do a bicep curl to a shoulder press. 3, 2, here we go. Up. Don't get sloppy, right? Think about those muscles. Curl that bicep. Press those shoulders. Up. Woo. Lift. Up. Down. Push. Woo. All right. Figure eights. 1 round. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Down. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring your head up. Bring your shoulders up. Woo. Well, your head's never down, right? Always looking at me. Straight ahead. Woo. Big squat. Big lift. One more. Woo. All right. Feet under your hips. Deadlifts with a row. Hold the top of the handle. You're holding it controlled. Here we go. Hinge down. Row. Drop. Stand. Take it down to the navel. Woo. Squeeze it up. Woo. And up. That hinge, right? Ankles, knees, hips over top of each other. One more. Woo. All right, kettlebell swings. Wider stance. Start to get that baby swinging. And here we go. Thrust it. Squeeze your glutes. Thrust it up. Woo. Oh, yes. I'm hoping you're starting to glisten and sweat. Woo. 5 seconds. We got a few more swings into us. Woo. Tricep extensions. So grab it by the horns. Lift it up. All the way up. And here we go. Bend at the elbows. Press to the sky. Bend and press. Push and down. Woo. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't love their kettlebell? One more, one more. Woo. All right. Next exercise, those narrow passes. So feet together, knees together, and we're bending it back, passing it to the other hand. And let's go. Down and up. Press. Woo. And up. Looking strong, Thunder Bay. I heard that your athletic ability comes from your mother's side. That's for the genes. Woo. All right, gorilla rows. Bend those knees. Hinge over. And let's row it up and drop it. Squeeze. Engage that back. Now my core's not lifting me. My upper back muscles. Arms as well. But it's a back row. It's a gorilla row. Woo. One more on each side. 1 and 2. Ba-boom. Get rid of your beautiful kettlebell. And I'm going to give us a little stretch. Get this all over. All right. So come stand at the back of your mat. Lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. And then hinge, bring your arms out to the side. Hinge down into a forward fold. Now, keeping that forward fold, I want you to walk your hands out just a little bit. You're not coming to a down dog or anything, but just back. Then come up onto your fingertips. Press your chest towards your thighs and your nose towards your knee. We'll stretch for the hamstrings, stretch for the upper back. So straighten those legs, push the glutes and the hips back. Ooh. Walk your hands back to your feet. Roll up just a bit. And then I want you to cross one foot, doesn't matter, we're going to do both sides, over the other. Now see if you can make sure that they're not touching, that you want some space between your legs. Bring your arms back up. And then start to hinge down. Walk your hands a little forward. Press your chest and your nose towards your knees. Now connect to your upper back, right? Connect to that upper back. Push the glutes back. Connect to your hamstrings. Walk those hands back in. Rise all the way up. We're going to go to the other side. So opposite foot, over. Arms up. Arms away. You hinge, 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 hinge. Walk it through. Whew. And think about that back as you press upper back, shoulders, hamstrings. Then walk your hands a little bit forward, uncross your feet, step your left foot back, and you're going to come into a low lunge. So a low lunge with your knee pointing towards me. Hands are going to be on our hips. And then I want you to take your hips and push them towards me. Push and then sink, 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 sink. We did between the wood chops, the figure eights, the swings, lots on those quads. Now come back up so you're centered. And now take your foot, the front leg, over to the side just a bit, a little bit on a diagonal. Press towards me. So you're a little bit on a diagonal. And then hinge back. Now take that same foot and can you take it over just a bit more? And hinge. Nice. All right, we're going to do that on the other side. So to bring the opposite foot forward, knees stacked over the ankle, press towards me, sink the pelvis down to the ground. Feel that stretch into the quads. And then bring that foot a little bit on a diagonal, press and hinge. And then take it a little bit further away, press. So we're getting a little deeper into the adductors, the groin area when you start to bring those diagonals. All right, bring that knee back in alignment. Press yourself back into a child's pose. Bring your forehead down to the ground. Woo. And we are done our Tabata. Now you can stay down to the ground